Today we are going to study about the chemical properties of metals. So first, let us understand about the electronic configuration. Configuration you will observe. Let us take the example of sodium, magnesium and aluminum. They are having the atomic number 11, 12, 13. That means if you see the electronic configuration, first K shell may 2 electrons, then second 8, the third cell contains only 1 electron. Similarly, here also magnesium 282 and the aluminum 283. That means the first and the second orbit is completely filled and the third orbit is having the free electrons. Right? Now as children the last cell has got a free electrons. There is a chance that it loses these electrons and they form ions. Means, see, sodium is having the electronic configuration 281. It gives one electron to some other element and hence one minus charge is removed. So it will have one plus charge. So you will have 2,8 which is called as the sodium ion with one positive charge. Aluminium, if you see, aluminium has got 3 free electrons. So if it removes the 3 electrons, then it will have 3 positive charge. So the 2,8 part, when it is in the form of 2,8, that will be the aluminium ion. Right? So it forms the ions and all the ions are positively charged. That is also called as the cation. Second property we are going to study is about the reaction with oxygen. Children, all the metals combine with oxygen to form their oxide. Means metal plus oxygen gives you metal oxide. Now this metal oxide, na children, they are basic in nature. So it reacts with acid and it forms salt and water. Okay. So when you heat it, any of the metal, when you heat it, it forms the oxides of it. And when this metal oxide reacts with acid, it gives salt and water. Children, you have the magnesium oxide, you have the calcium oxide, you have the aluminum oxide, etc., which is formed by the reaction of oxygen with that element. Next, reaction with acid. Now, children, you take little dilute sulfuric acid in a test tube and then add little zinc dust to it. Now, take a glowing sprinkler near the mouth of the test tube. What you will observe? Observe the glowing splinter. That means it will glow. You can see here. So, what this, if you listen, it will give some pop sound. If you listen to the sound, here you will get the pop sound. So remember one thing, children, when metals react with oxygen to give metal oxide and metal reacts with acid to give salt and hydrogen gas, and this hydrogen gas burns itself with a pop sound. Okay, so metal plus dilute acid gives you salt plus hydrogen gas. Next property, reaction with water. We have children metal do not show any observable or the fast reaction with cold water, but some of the metals like sodium and potassium, they react with the cold water and they produces their hydroxide and the hydrogen gas. The magnesium metal required steam to give the similar type of reaction. Means normally the metal do not react. Some metal reacts, they are highly reactive. Sodium, na children, it is highly reactive metal. Okay, so only sodium and potassium, they react with water. Imagine if gold start reacting, then you will not wear gold ornaments. If silver start reacting with water, you will not wear silver ornament, isn't it? So it normally the metals do not react. Some of the metals like sodium and potassium they react, and some doesn't react with water. But when you heat the water, if you get water vapor, then it gives the hydroxides. Now let us understand about the chemical properties of non-metal. Now children, non-metals they have 4 to 7 electrons in their last cell, that is the valence cell. That means they have the electron configuration like they have the electronic configuration as 2 5, 2 6, 2 7, etc. So what happens is the outermost orbit is having 6 7 or 5 electrons. So what they do, instead of giving the electron, it accepts the electron. दूसरे से electrons ले लेती है, right? It accepts the electron and hence make the octet state. So that is called as the formation of the anions. So non-metal has a tendency to take or to accept the electrons in their valence shell and to form the negatively charged ion called as anions. So anions are negatively charged ions. So how is it? Chlorine, it accepts one electron to form a chloride ion. Oxygen, it accepts two electrons and it forms the oxygen ion, oxide ion. Nitrogen, it also accepts the electrons and it forms the nitride ions. Okay, so normally they form negative ions. Non-metal, negative ions. Metal forms positive ion. That way you can remember. Now let us understand the reaction with oxygen. Normally non-metals combine with oxygen to form their oxides. For example, carbon plus oxygen, carbon dioxide. Okay, so you have that particular oxide. When this carbon dioxide it reacts with the base, it forms salt and water. Okay, so intermediate stages CO2 CO2 plus 2 NaOH gives you Na2 plus Na2CO3 plus H2O. So it behaves like a non-metal forms the acidic oxide, and that is why when it reacts with base it forms the salt. So remember one thing, when acid reacts with base it forms salt. So now this NaOH is a base, with this it forms salt, then it must be acidic. So how are the non-metal oxide? Non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Clear? So oxides of non-metal reacts with the water to form an acid. So you must have heard about the acid rain. Now children, listen to me carefully because it is not given in your textbook clearly. Clear that the reactions are written that CO2 plus H2O gives carbonic acid, SO2 plus H2O gives you sulfurous acid, and sulfurous acid uh, give rise to the sulfuric acid also. Now I just give the example. Children, we live in a city. Now it's many of the places are industrial areas. For example, where I see there are lot of steel factories are there. Okay, so like that, if you think of the if not any industrial part, at least think of the signal part. What happens is in the signal, vehicles normally they stop and then there is a traffic jam and all. So there lot of carbon dioxide is produced because many vehicles there are there. They just don't put it off. They put it in a neutral way, so that is the engine is on only. So carbon dioxide gas is more when it reacts with water because it is strongly soluble, children, so it will form sulfurous acid. Similarly, if the sulfur dioxide gas is more, then it will also react with water to give the sulfuric acid. Imagine this, all must have heard about the acid rain, na? What is acid rain? Acid rain is nothing but when the sulfur dioxide or trioxide combines with water, it forms the acidic rain. Okay, so this is all about the acid rain. This non-metal, they do not show any reaction with the dilute acid. Now children, the next important thing, these are all the chemical reactions of metal and non-metal, right? Now we'll move towards the noble gases.